get into the mind of the marker. Now, I'm trying to get this perspective shift for you, okay? I feel very fortunate in some ways. Becoming a maths teacher has actually made me a better maths student, if that makes sense. Which is, by the way, one of the reasons why, if you want to study, I should have said this under the first heading, one of the big tips for you guys is to explain stuff to each other. Get in a study group, right? Get 3 or 4 or 5 of you, your close friends, about the same ability, and don't just do questions, right? Stand up and explain, okay guys, this is the question and this is why, this is the answer to that, okay? And this is why. Einstein said, one of his famous quotes, that you do not understand something until you can explain it simply, okay? So push yourself to do that. Now I'm trying to get you to do that. I'm trying to push you out of your student head and into a marker's head, right? Have a look at this question. You could do this. What topic is this? This is coordinate geometry, isn't it? Okay. You have to calculate a gradient, and then you have to write down the equation of this straight line. Okay. Now here's what I want to get to you. See these numbers over here. There's 2 and this 1. What do they mean? Yeah. That's right. Now you've got 2 marks for part A, 1 mark for part B. Okay. Now when I was a student, I went through and I basically ignored these. Okay. You know when you thought about, important details of the question? It's all over here, isn't it? And up here. This is that's for the teachers, isn't it? No, it's not, okay? Well, I mean, it is, but it's also for you. We put that information on there very deliberately, okay? What should you be thinking? Well, at the very least, you can think, okay, I think this question's harder than this question, right? More marks, more work, more difficulty, okay? But there's more here than that, okay? Let me show you. These are marking guidelines, okay? Us mathematicians, we have to produce these every time you guys do an exam, okay? We have to make one of these in order to be able to mark you consistently. Because we can't be able to say, you got a variety of people and maybe they don't all have the right answer, but they're wrong in different ways, right? Now, if you're wrong in different ways, it's like, well, some of you deserve marks, some of you don't, some deserve more and some deserve less. So we need some kind of consistent standard that's going to be able to help us judge, kind of like a set of laws, if you like, what kind of mark should someone be awarded, right? So have a look here. Those 2 marks, right? They were just kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of hard. So I'll put 2 marks on it rather than 1. Those 2 marks are for 2 specific elements, okay? Here's the first mark. Formula, it's a gradient, isn't it? So you can see the formulas here, right? But just writing down the formula on its own doesn't get anything. Okay, it's formula and substitute. So what I'm looking for as a marker is this line here. See that? 6 minus 2 on 0 minus 5. And they're like, aha! I see that not only do they know the gradient formula, but they know how to use it. Right? So that's what this stands for. The second mark, of course, is for the gradient, which is what was being asked for. Okay? But do you notice, right? What would happen? What would happen if someone just wrote down, rather than all of this, they just wrote down -4/5? According to the marking guidelines, what would they get? 1. They'll just get 1, because this piece, which I'm looking for, it demonstrates understanding, it's missing, okay? So when you see a question and it's got 2 marks or 3 or 4, right? You need to think to yourself now, what are they actually looking for, right? People often say, maths, some particular kinds of teachers of other subjects will often say this more than others, but they say, you math teachers have it so easy. Just right or wrong, it's just ticking, right? It's very, very simple. But I hope you can see it's more complex than that, right? We're actually looking for steps and for stages and trying to interpret how well does someone understand what's going on.